recording now, guys. Everyone that's on this live right now, if you want to go and join this live masterclass session, just go over to my story. You can join through there. But I'm about to start it right now to get it all started for everyone that's in the chat. But I'll see you guys soon. Easy. Can you guys see my screen? Just message the chat. I think you guys can message in the chat. Yep, sweet. Everyone can see it. Easy. All right. So welcome to free live masterclass session. I'll be running these every Monday at 8 p.m. And the first things first, I want to thank everyone that's here. I want to, I show my appreciation first and foremost, and pretty much walk you through the most important thing when it comes to this, right? And the main thing, right? I'm going to walk you, what you need, the skill set, blah, blah, blah. That's all good and going, right? But the main thing for you guys needing to realize, if you don't take action now, if you don't implement everything that you kind of acknowledge or equip from this session, then it means nothing, right? So if you guys are scared of failure, you're scared to take risks, or you're scared to invest into yourself or anything like that, then it's pointless for me to run this session if you guys aren't willing to do that in a sense, right? This is step number one for you guys being on this call. Step number one, right? Pushing that needle forward, being in front of this in a sense, um, getting someone else jumping in. But being in front of this call is step number one. The next step is actually implementation, right? Now, the main thing I want to talk to you guys about is when it comes to fear of failure or scared to fail, is this great quote, right? Every time I fail, I gain more information to be successful. This is probably the most important quote that I've ever came across, because it's in the failure, it's in the lessons where you learn everything. It's not in the success, it's in the failing, right? It's where you fail over and over and over, but you learn every time. You gain more information to be successful, right? So instead of looking at failure as a scared thing to do, or something you're afraid to do in a sense, rather look at it as a positive, because every time you fail, you now gain more information on what not to do. You gain now more information on what to do. Okay, so with that understanding, if you guys could let me know in the chat, what's your biggest takeaway with fear of failure? Are you guys scared of failing? Are you guys scared to kind of, you know what I mean? Where are you guys at when it comes to actually taking a risk, or even being scared to fail in that matter in a sense? Where are you guys at the moment? If you guys could just let me know in the chat. Nope. Is the chat working, guys, or? Keen to just jump in, bro, not scared. Yeah, sweet, bro. Anyone else? Keen to just jump in, but not scared. Scared of failing for sure sometimes. 100%, right? It's normal for us to be scared to fail, right? Obviously, we've never achieved something before, or like when it comes to learning a skill set like this, right? We haven't achieved that yet, which is why it's kind of scared for us to jump into something knowing we won't get an outcome. Maybe we don't get the outcome we want in a sense, right? But if you look at it this way, every time I fail, yeah, I'm scared to fail, but I'm wanting to learn for sure, right? But every time you fail now, think of it, instead of failure or looking at as lessons, you've now gained more information to be successful. So would you want to fail more, or would you want to be successful more? Because the way I kind of think of it, the more I fail, the more I will be successful. It plays hand in hand, right? So if you're willing to fail, if you're willing to take those risks, if you're willing to go full deep in, that's how you're going to be successful, right? So if you're scared to fail, then you're scared to succeed. That's the way I kind of look at it. Okay. If you guys take anything from this session, I want you guys to understand every time you fail is every time you gain. It's more you gain information to be successful. So if you're scared to fail, then you're scared to succeed. If you're scared to succeed, then you're scared to fail. Play hand in hand, right? Like you just said, Tor, you learn more. You learn more from the grind than the wins. You learn more in your losses than anything else. But when it comes to something like this, we kind of don't have the right guidance, right? We don't have the right direction, right? To kind of set us up in getting successful. For me personally, every time I failed, every time I've gone through, something low or a lesson in a sense, that's when I came out more on top because I've learned from it. I've gained more now information to be successful in a sense. So moving forward, now that we got that out of the way, what do you need? Okay, what do you need in order to be successful, quotations marks, right? For me personally, it starts with building a skill set. Okay, you need to build a skill set. It doesn't matter what skill set it is, but when it comes to online or entrepreneurship, you need to have a skill set. Think of any business. Any business out there, they're really good at one thing or probably two things, right? You look at any entrepreneur, anyone else out there that has a successful business, they're really good at one simple thing, and it's a simple skill set. So first things first, we need to build a skill set. For me, I learned sales. With sales, I was able to generate over $150,000 in 10 months. I was able to grow a personal brand to over 72,000 followers. And the next step is implementation. So like I mentioned, what do you guys need? You need to build a skill set. What skill set do I have knowledge in? Sales and marketing. Is there any other skill set out there? Absolutely. I live with people who make a living of videography, who make a living of editing. These are just the two skills that help me get to where I am now. So obviously I'll talk about these two skills rather than videography or editing. Now, the next thing where everyone goes wrong is implementation. Okay. The implementation part is probably the most important part and where everyone lacks, right? You can get all the knowledge about marketing, get all the knowledge about sales. You have the skill set, but you have no idea how to implement it. Would you guys agree with that? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Yeah, yeah, 100%, right? It's the, just add someone else in. 100%, right? It's the implementation where we kind of all lack. And that was just like myself. Like myself, bro, I probably lack all the implementation because I was trying everything for free on YouTube. Like there's so much knowledge out there on YouTube that can provide you so much understanding. But then now where do I go? Right? I ask a comment, I put a comment in the YouTube video and I don't get a response for months and months. I have no clear direction or implementation on what to do next. Now that I have all the knowledge, how can we actually start putting it into implementation? Right? For the bro that just joined, what I pretty much talked about, bro, is okay, what do we need to be quotation mark successful? Number one, we need to build a skill set. What skill set do I have myself? I have sales and marketing. Are there other skill sets out there you can do? 100%. There's videography, there's editing, but these are the two skill sets that I have for myself. And the main thing that everyone lacks is just implementation. So we can learn sales, we can learn marketing, but what we can't learn is implementation, which is what I want to talk to you guys about today. Does that sound good? Sounds good? Sweet as. Well, on to the next one is skill set in itself. Okay. How to build a skill set, what skill set I learned, and how you can learn them and implement them. Okay. Now, sales. Sales is the foundation for any business. No matter what business model you need sales. There's a bunch of free value on YouTube to learn sales. Knowledge can only take you so far, though. I tried for about 2 to 3 months and got absolutely nowhere. I lacked implementation and accountability. Would you guys say you also lack implementation and accountability? For sure. Okay. 100%. Okay. Okay, so since majority of you guys are saying, you've lacked that implementation, you lack that accountability as well. Have you guys have you guys done anything about finding the right implementation, the finding the right accountability with knowing that you've lacked that implementation and lacked that accountability as well? Let me know in the chat. Yeah, sort of. How did you go with that tour? Like, what exactly did you try doing to gain that implementation or gain that accountability? Or Ethan or Brendan, what did you guys actually try doing to try gain that implementation? Not in the online space? Okay. How about you, Brendan and Ethan? Okay, we'll touch a base a little bit more on this, but what they've been saying in the comments, realize no one can do it for me and need to get that extra step myself. Absolutely, right? No one can do it for you, but also if you continue to do it by yourself, how far is that going to get you? Right? Obviously, we need the support of someone else to kind of push us because obviously what we've been doing for the past however so long hasn't got us to the position we want to be in, which is the lack of implementation and the lack of accountability. Would you agree with that, Brendan? For sure. Right. So you feel like if you actually had someone who kind of gave you that accountability, gave you that implementation, that you'd probably have a better understanding and a right direction of where you want to be. Yeah. Yeah, bro, for sure. Your little brother can join. So it's okay, got you guys. So it makes sense, right? We can have all the knowledge in the world with YouTube, right? That's fine. We can get the free value from YouTube. But what we don't have is just the implementation and accountability, right? Which is what we can do every Monday. We can talk about implementation and accountability. How does that sound? Sounds good. Good. Sounds good. Sweet. So what I want from you guys now, since that's what we're gonna focus on every Monday, is right now, screenshot that you guys are on this call right now and tag me on your guys' story. Once that's done, let me know, and then we can go forward with what we were talking about sales, about marketing, and then implementation. Does that sound good to everyone on here? Just take a screenshot or maybe just take a photo, put it on your story, and then we'll get everything sorted on implementation and accountability as well. And just text me when you guys have done that, and then we'll go from there, bro. Hey, what I actually can do as well is okay. Perfect. Can you talk? I'll wait for everyone else as well. Trip, trip. Done, bro. Sweet as. How easy. I don't want to waste your guys' time too much. So the next step, what we're going to be doing is, okay, what we just spoke about, lack of implementation, lack of accountability. Every Monday, we'll talk about implementation and accountability. Next skill that I focused on is marketing, right? Now you can sell something, you can sell anything in the world, but if you can't market it, it means absolutely nothing. So these play hand in hand. Okay, so sales and marketing were the most important skills that I learned. Plus, I built a personal brand on top of it. Now, I like to mention there's a bunch of value on YouTube for completely free. So you can find all the information you need on YouTube, on Google, whatever it is, right? I recommend watching this one. Pretty much I walk you through, you know, don't leave your warehouse job yet. Learn these 5 high income skills. So you can learn sales, you can learn videography, you can learn editing, you can learn marketing, you can learn all these skills just from this video, which is why I talk about the free value. But what everyone lacks is the implementation and accountability. That's pretty much what we've been talking about. So marketing is such an important skill. If you're, say you have a product that you want to sell, right? Say you have a product that you want to sell, right? How are you going to sell it if you don't know where to actually market it? And how are you going to market something if you have nothing to sell? So they play hand in hand, which is why you have all the information on YouTube. You can go on there, you can go watch it. But now, where do I put the implementation and where do I get the accountability? Okay. Now, the implementation. This is so important and very crucial. You need to create a vision of the person you want to be. Okay. 6 months' time, what does that person look like? What is that person doing? What does that person look like? What is that person doing? How much money are they making? Be very specific on that person that you want to become. Okay. This is very important. Okay. Now you need to start becoming that person today. You need to start becoming that person that in 6 months' time, that is providing for their family, left their job, that is making 20K a month, 30K a month, learning the skill, whatever it is, you need to start becoming that person now. Now, you might not have all the money, you might not have the freedom to work, but you still have the ability to provide for your family. You still have the ability to go do something about it because you can become that person right now. The way I kind of look at it, right? If you want to start providing for your family in 6 months' time, start doing that right now. Start doing chores, start helping out with your family, because at the end of the day, there is no secret to making something happen. The secret is to focus on one thing and getting 1% better every day. So if you start to focus on providing for your family, because that's what the 6 months version of yourself is doing, then start doing that right now. So in 6 months' time, it becomes natural. 6 months' time, it doesn't feel like you've quote unquote worked for it. You've been doing that, right? So you've become that person before you've even thought about becoming that person because you envisioned it. You have a set plan. Now you know what to do. Okay. So for everyone, the next step, what I want to talk about is pretty much how are you guys going to go about creating that version? This is how I would probably walk it through. Okay. After this call, sit yourself in a room. After this call, sit yourself in your room, wherever you are, and start to just think about that person in 6 months' time, where you want to be, who you want to become, and start envisioning it. You can either write it down or just envision it, write it on your phone, list everything that you can possibly think of for about 30 to an hour, 30 minutes to an hour, and go from there, list it all out, and then send me a photo. So I want you guys to send me a photo of everything that you've just envisioned and then go from there. Does that sound good, guys? Sweet. Sounds good. Mm, sounds good. Easy. Yeah, send it to your Insta. Yes, send it on Insta. Easy. Okay. That's implementation number one. Okay. Completely free value is start envisioning that person. Because I will tell you this, guarantee you, I didn't improve my sales skills. I didn't improve my marketing skills. All I improved was my personal development. Once I started to focus on my personal development, then everything else started to correlate with it. Okay. I started to focus on one simple thing, and how you do one thing is how you do everything. I started to focus on that. My sales got better. My marketing got better. Everything else in my life got better because I focused on my personal development. Now, this is step number one of envisioning that person you want to be in 6 months, because it's so crucial and important of envisioning that person and start being that person now. Okay, that's done. Now, next step, Q&A. Ask me a question. I will answer it live and direct. And next, what made you join today? What I'm going to do, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to let you guys unmute yourselves. Raise your hand if you do have a question first, and then I'll get to you. But for those who just joined late, I'll walk you guys through everything right now. Okay. So the first thing that I spoke about is every time I fail, I gain more information to be successful. So instead of looking at failure as a bad thing, look at as the key to be successful. Okay, if you're scared to be successful, then you're scared to fail. If you're scared to fail, then you're scared to be successful. They play hand in hand. So really focus on that. That was the number one thing that we spoke about. Next thing, okay, is what do you need? Okay, I said build a skill set. The skill set that I built was sales and marketing. Now everyone can learn sales and marketing, but no one can actually put it into implementation. So what then we discuss is the skill set, how to build a skill set, what skills I learned, how you can learn them and implement them. Okay, I like sales. And sales is the foundation of any business. No matter what business model you need sales. There is a bunch of free value on YouTube to learn sales. Here's a clear example. Here you can watch a free YouTube video right here. Okay. Now, I tried going through YouTube for about 2 to 3 months and got absolutely nowhere because I lacked the implementation and I lacked the accountability, which is why every Monday we'll talk about implementation and accountability. The next step I talked about was marketing. Now, you can sell something, but if you can't market it, it means absolutely nothing. They play hand in hand, right? Say you have a product that you're selling. How are you meant to sell it if you don't know how to market it? Now, let's say you know how to market, but you don't have a product to sell. How are you actually meant to get any sales in your business? They play hand in hand and probably the most important skills that I've learned. Plus, on top of that, I've built a personal brand just from the skill of marketing. Okay. Now, like I mentioned, a bunch of free value on YouTube where you can learn all of this. But what everyone lacks is the implementation and accountability, which is why we spoke about creating a version of yourself, a vision of yourself, of who you want to be, and start becoming that version right now. So after this call, everyone's going to sit in a room, start picturing that version of yourself in 6 months' time, start creating that version of yourself in 6 months' time, and then list it all out, and then send me a breakdown of who that person is, how you can get better 1% every single day. So that's a recap of everything that we discussed. And now Q&A time. Ask me a question. I'll answer it live and direct. What made you join today? Live feedback so I can tailor it to you. So guys, just raise your hands and get you guys to unmute yourselves and then go from there. It's good, bro.
Yo, what's good, bro?
You got a question, bro?
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, how you actually got into all of this and when you started, bro.
Yeah, good question, bro. So I started about 12 months ago myself. 12 months leading into a year now. And what actually got me into this, bro, was studying psychology. So I went to uni, I was studying psychology, I was playing basketball, I was working a warehouse job. When I was studying psychology, bro, I came to realization that human psychology and sales play hand in hand. So what I wanted to do is either I can go down 4 years of learning psychology, or I could go into the online education, get a mentor, get the implementation, get the accountability that I needed for sales to get to where I want to be quicker rather than waiting 4 years, bro. So that's pretty much got me in my situation, got me to where I am now, and pretty much a breakdown of where I was before with psychology and what made me get into sales in the first place, bro. So good question. how much is it cost to start in this online business? It completely depends, bro. I mean, you can start for absolutely free. You can do this for free. You can learn everything you want on YouTube, bro. But what everyone lacks is just that accountability and the implementation, right? Not many people are looking to get that knowledge. They're looking to get the mental, the right direction, the community, the accountability, X, Y, and Z. And it depends on everyone's situation, right? For you, bro, like I don't know anything about you, so it would be difficult to kind of be like, yeah, it's this much, it's that much. But at the end of the day, if you're willing to invest in yourself, it's not about the money, it's about where you want to be. Because you think about it this way, what's going to cost you if you don't get started? Are you going to continue working your job for the next 6 months, year, 2 years, or are you looking to invest in yourself to get to where you want to be? Okay. Or digital products? Great question, bro. There's a bunch of digital products that you can start doing right now. You can start with info. You can start with fitness courses. You start with health, but you need to find your niche first. So with any digital product you sell, you need to make sure that your niche at the time is in demand. So if you want to sell, let's say fitness, bro, you need to make sure that fitness at the time is in demand. If you want to sell something to do with traveling, you want to make sure traveling at the time is in demand. So anytime you're selling a digital product, make sure that the niche you're selling in is in demand. Anyone else got any questions? Brendan.
I'm just wondering, um, would you recommend, or in your opinion, if it's easier, or not necessarily easier, but would you recommend just sharpening one specific skill, or just branch across, or try and learn as many things as possible to branch across like multiple
Mm,
businesses, markets, etc.?
great question, bro. I think the first thing that you need to understand is that if you focus on one thing and get really good at it, then you can now branch off to any other skill set that you want to do. So what I focused on first was sales. So once I understood sales and bro, any business model that you try, you need sales, regardless of what business model it is. So for any advice I'll give to anyone, if you're looking to start or looking to build a skill set, I would start with sales, number one. Grind that out for months, 2 months, 3 months, however long you want to be a master of that. Number one, once you have that skill set like set in place, now how are you going to be able to sell something if you don't know how to market it? Right? This is my understanding of everything. So now you have a skill set of sales. Now you have a product to sell. How are you going to market this product? Right? You're just going to have something there, but you don't even know how to actually market it in a sense, bro. So I'll learn sales first, then I'll learn how to market this product that you're selling right now. Play hand in hand, put them together, then you start to make sales. I come from a place where people don't use the net for things like that, so I guess I just have to spend more time on online. So is that true? I've never brought anything online. What sort of things do you sell from? I come from a place where people don't use the net for things like that, so I guess I have to spend more time on. Is that true? Uh, would you say like getting a better understanding of everything? Would you say first? So coming from a place where people don't use the net, and you want okay, cool, got you. So what I would start to focus on, bro, is getting a better understanding of how to use technology first. If you have never brought anything online, I would recommend trust, trust your gut, bro. At the end of the day, trust your gut. Be careful who you listen to. Like right now, bro, I do not need to be doing this, but I'm doing this to provide free value to the marketplace. All right. So would you rather listen to someone who has absolutely no knowledge, no understanding of what they're talking, just talking shit online, or would you rather listen to someone who has pretty much gave you guys free value on what skills to learn, how to learn it, free game on YouTube, and then the implementation and putting it into action first? Or would you listen to a comedian who wants to be funny? Weigh that one up. I think you'll know your answer there. But yeah, that's the answer. Your question, Tor, to answer your question too, Brendan, would focus on sales first. So I'd really just focus on sales. Or even if you don't want to do sales, I'd focus on videography. That's probably another very important skill. videography or editing? Editing for clients, bro. It's very top two skills that I'd probably recommend. Trust brother, because your faith. I trust you because you obviously walked your talk. I appreciate that, brother. On God's timing. Yo, what's going on, bro? Does anyone else have any questions? Just raise your hands if you guys do. How to become appointment setter? Great question, bro. So, how to become appointment setter? First, you need a resume. You need a foundation. You need fundamentals on the skill of appointment setting first. So you actually need that in order to become an appointment setter first. Secondly, you need to be prepared for the opportunity that is around the corner. Okay. Now, like I said, there's a bunch of free game on YouTube. YouTube appointment setter announcing. Free game right here. How to become an appointment setter 2024. May need to update that one up, but here's a free game right there. And let me show you guys. If I go to seek.com, appointment setting, appointment setter, right? This is in Australia, by the way. $30 per hour. This is outbound, so you don't want to focus on outbound. You want to focus on inbound leads. So maybe you can go appointment setter, inbound. Once you found a good offer, so look, even look right here, $80,000 to $100,000 per year sales outbound. Maybe it's outbound, but you're still getting paid more than the average pay set in a sense, right? So you see the opportunities are here. Majority of it, we're just not prepared in a sense, right? We're not prepared for the opportunity that's around the corner. So I would recommend watching this video number one. If you want to learn sales number two, I would recommend it here. Jackson, bro, I know you just joined. I'll wrap it up. I'll talk through what I talked about most importantly, bro. So the first thing I talked about was every time I fail, I gain more information to be successful. So if you're scared to fail, you're scared to be successful. If you're scared to be successful, then you're scared to fail. They play hand in hand, right? And that's what I talked about everyone on this session is you need to be willing to fail. The more you fail, the more you'll be successful. That's the number one thing that I took away. Now, next, what do you guys need? Okay, you guys need to build a skill set. What skill set did I build? I built sales and marketing. Now, where everyone goes wrong is implementation. Okay, so skill set, how to build a skill set, what skills I learned, how you can learn them and implement them. Sales. Sales is a foundation for any business. No matter what business, you need sales. Bunch of free value on YouTube, for example, right here. I tried for about 2 or 3 months, got absolutely nowhere. And what I lacked was implementation and accountability. Okay. Now, every Monday, we'll jump on here and we'll talk about implementation and we'll talk about accountability. Marketing, the next skill. How can you sell something if you don't know how to market it? Okay. If you don't know how to market, how can you sell something? Play hand in hand as well. Probably the most important skills that you need. But like I mentioned, there's a bunch of free value on YouTube, but every single person lacks implementation and accountability. This also helped build my personal brand, which is what brings me to implementation. Okay. Creating that version that you want to be. What I said after this call is start creating that version right now. Start becoming that person right now. Okay. So sit yourself in a room, envision yourself in 6 months' time. Who do I want to be? Now start becoming that person. If you want to start providing for your family, start doing that right now, bro. Start buying your little sister, your brother, your mom, your dad. Start buying them little things here and there that's providing for them. So when in 6 months' time, when you are doing that, it feels natural, feels normal, and it doesn't feel like, damn, this is crazy. But the main focus is to focus on one thing and get better, 1% better every day. And then what we pretty much talked about. So what made you join today? Live feedback tailored to you, answered questions, and then answered them live and direct. So that's pretty much what we're up to right now, bro. But yeah, how's everyone's like this session? Everyone can unmute themselves and just see where you guys at with everything. Boom.
Yo, hello.
Hey, bro, how's it going?
What's up, bro? My name's Luke and I'm from New Zealand. I'm 19-year-old, just like you. Oh, I don't know if you how old are you, bro?
20, bro.
Oh, 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I have I guess, a similar vision, I want to become financially free and provide for my family and things like that.
Yep.
Um, what made me join today was, you know, I've been currently on like a self-improvement type of vibe at the
Mm-hmm.
moment, being like getting into good habits and things like that. But one thing I want to build is like um a good habit for myself is trying to make money. But like
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know where to start. I don't have any guidance. There's so many things online, 9 to 5 courses, but I don't know what to trust.
Okay. Got you. So, like I was talking about earlier, it's like be careful who you listen to online because there's a lot of
Yep.
guys who just talk shit and have
Yeah.
absolutely no knowledge about what they're talking about, no
Mm.
experience of what they're talking about. They just know
Yeah.
it's going to get them views, it's going to get them viral, so they just do it anyways.
Mm.
On this session right here, I talked about my skill set, how I was able to learn the skill set, how I was able to put it into implementation, get the accountability, and get the implementation in a sense, right?
Yeah.
So when everyone asks me, okay, I need this, I need that, okay, what are you willing to do to actually get that? Right? What are you actually willing to do to get to where you want to be? Are you looking for one-on-one training? Are you looking for, step-by-step videos, community? Are you looking for what exactly so we can tailor a plan for you? Like I mentioned right here, live feedback so I can
Mm.
tailor to you. What exactly do you feel like you need right now in order to have that habit of making money online? Be that person that you want to be online rather than, all these little things that you were talking about, bro.
Yeah. Uh I currently like what I'm trying to do. I've started up like a fitness account.
Okay.
I want to like start posting like I guess faith-based fitness.
Okay.
I don't
Cool.
know because like I'm trying to mix two niches.
Yeah.
Like I guess like Christianity and fitness. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I would probably recommend, I mean, that's something you want to pursue, then absolutely, bro. Go all in on it. But really niche it down to fitness and faith. So really niche it down to people that will understand faith. Really niche it down to people that's in the gym. So maybe you're in the gym doing, dead squats or, doing bench press, and then you have a Bible verse. And then every day
Yep.
you need to be consistent with your work. So you need to be consistent on every day you're posting. So if you're going to the gym, make sure you're filming yourself, but also maybe add a quote, uh, a scripture in there
Yep.
every time you post. But consistency with your videos, bro, is number one. Making
Mm.
sure you're posting at least 2 to 3 times a day. That's probably the KPI set for you. Maybe go, 1 to 2 if you start out.
Yep.
Once you start seeing some motion, bro, now you need something on top of that if you want to start promoting a digital product, right? If you want a
Mm.
PLR product on Etsy, you can go find that. It's a fitness product. You can now claim it as your own, sell it, put it in your bio, and be like, this is how you get closer with faith, or this is how you build a better fitness offer in a sense, or this is how I got to my shape, XYZ, bro. So you have a couple things to weigh out right now, but I'll just focus on building that skill set out, um, building that consistency with your content right now, bro.
Yep. Do you think it's more quality or quantity? Like at my
Mm,
stage.
I think quantity, bro. I think the more volume you put out there, the better.
Yep.
Because every single day you show up, the more eyes are going to be on you. Because it's about the eyes that are on you, not about what the eye
Yeah.
sees. So
Exactly.
if you get more eyes on you, and then your content gets better every single day or every single
Yeah.
week, then it will become, okay, the quality is good. Now the quantity needs to up in a sense. Oh no, sorry. Your quality now needs to get up to that standard because you have all the quality quantity right now.
Yeah. Do you think that once I like post more,
Hmm.
like I start, if I post like 3 times a day,
Hmm.
like will I be able to like, over time I'll be focusing quality over quantity?
Yeah, over time, once you get a pretty good traction, bro, you start to
Yeah.
see pretty good results with your content. Like that's when you're gonna be like, okay, now I need to start focusing on my quality. But you don't want to fix something that's not broken. You know, if it's working, there's no need to kind of fix it or up the quality in a sense, right? So find something that works for you. If that works for you, then go ahead with that, bro.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Sweet. Anyone else got any questions?
Yeah, I got a question. What's up, bro?
It's good, bro.
It's good, bro. Jackson here. You reckon it's just really important to build that personal brand, eh?
For sure, bro.
For sure. It's just probably just personal, right? Well, like, obviously you sell products online, or that's what you do, right? You sell some products online. But
Yeah.
you reckon the most important thing is to build the personal brand first?
Yeah, for sure, bro. So I got a couple mates that I live with right now, like Finn. I'm not too sure if you know him, bro, but he started out with building his personal brand by documenting the journey. And the way he
Oh
documented,
shit. He's Caleb's friend, eh?
yeah, Caleb's friend, bro. You know him.
Yeah, I'm mates with Caleb.
Yeah, so he started documenting the journey. That's how he was able to build his personal brand. Now he works with Amplify. He works with a bunch of other people because he built that personal brand first. All right. So
Yeah,
someone
hey.
like you, bro, would probably start documenting the journey of, want to be that person XYZ, and you can get to a position where things will come to you, right? Things will start coming to you in a sense. And that's what, we pretty much focus on, is how Finn is able to now build his personal brand. He has multiple people that come to him for offers. Network is crazy. Like, Caleb, you know him through Caleb, and Caleb's killing it right now.
Yeah.
And Caleb's sales guy, Rushi, I'm not too sure if you know him, but he came from ABC. Rushi came from ABC, jumped on with Caleb, and now Caleb's killing it with his business or whatever he's running up right now. Because I'm pretty sure that was Finn's first mentor.
Yeah.
Invested into him, built his personal brand. Now he's got a bunch of other networks. So I'd probably recommend start documenting the journey on whatever it is you want to do, bro, if you want to start building your personal brand.
Yeah, it's all about just getting that shit out there, because
Yeah,
and just not caring what people fucking think, eh?
for sure, bro. Like, if you think about it, at the end of the day, when we die, who's going to be there? It's just going to be us. It's going to be ourselves. All right. So if we care about what other people are thinking about us every single day, it's gonna put us in a position where we don't want to be. Rather, if we start becoming that person of not giving a fuck about what others think, and we can lead by example. Because I bet, bro, there's a bunch of people out there that look up to you that you might not even know. You start posting content, now they even look up to you even more. Now you have more reasons to start posting, etc., bro. So that's my understanding of everything.
Yeah, 100%.
Mm.
I do. Yeah, that's all I got.
Appreciate it, bro.
Hey, brother.
What's up, bro? How are you?
Yeah, good man. Nah, just gonna say I appreciate your time, bro. It's been good. Got in my brain brainstorming. Got a lot of good knowledge from that and a lot of inspiration just to keep moving forward. Yeah,
That's good, bro.
especially for just sharing your journey and that. That's the sort of buzz I'm on at the moment.
For
I don't
sure.
know what my niche is, but yeah, I'm going through a lot. I've gone through I grew up real hard, and I'm 28 years old. But I
Yep.
grew up been through the system and gangs and all of that sort of stuff. And Jesus saved me, brother, when I was younger, and it's been a
Amen,
rocky
bro.
road of just building and growing. And I've gotten to a point now that I know I've got the skills and the potential to go places. So it's just good to be around having some other brothers there like yourself to be able to tap into. And is it scripture, man sharpens man like iron sharpens iron.
Iron sharpens. Yep.
Yeah, brother. So it's just good to get that. This is a big part of for me is meeting brothers like yourself that just like you said, you don't know until you don't know. You just have to push it and just keep moving in the right direction, and it'll unfold. As long as you want to grind hard, it'll happen.
100%, bro. I mean, it's a beautiful story hearing you share that. Knowing the fact that Jesus saved you as well is a blessing. And I'm blessed to have you on today. And I'm glad anyone got any value from this lesson. I'm glad anyone took something away from this. I'm glad that, not glad, well, how do I put this? I hope you guys got value from this session. I hope you guys spread a word about, what these classes are about. It's about learning, it's about implementation, it's about accountability. I do look forward to seeing everyone on next week's session. will pretty much just be tailored to accountability, will be tailored to implementation, and then going from there. Does that sound good to
Okay.
everyone?
Yeah, brother. I'll see you next weekend.
Sounds good,
Next
brother.
Monday.
I'll see you guys all next Monday. Have a good one.
Always
God
cheers,
bless.
brother. God bless, man. Thanks.